In the name of Allah, hello students of the first secondary stage literary and scientific section. أهلا بكم أعزائي الطلاب الصف الأول الثانوي القسم الأدبي والعلمي. Today we will explain lesson 5 unit 5 Treasure Island, the story. Okay, chapter 5. Okay, we will read the text orally, then we will answer the questions. And we will translate the difficult vocabulary through reading. Let's read first. Chapter 5, Unit 5, Lesson 5. I finally stopped running and saw that I was close to the bottom of one of the small hills. The air was fresher here and the trees were taller. Suddenly, from up the hill, something jumped behind a tree. I did not know if it was a man or an animal, but it looked big and dangerous. I decided to walk back towards the beach, but then I saw him again. I realized it was a man, but he was running very fast from tree to tree. I remember that I had a gun and this made me feel safer. I decided to walk towards the man. When he saw me walking towards him, to my surprise, he came out from behind the tree and knelt down in front of me. طبعا knelt down جاية من verb kneel down اللي هو بمعنى يركع أو يسجد أو ينحني. Who are you? I asked. Bengan, he said in a dry voice. I have not spoken to anyone for 3 years. The man had very long hair and skin that was burned by the sun. His clothes were dirty and made of old sails. كلمة sails بمعنى شراع أو أشرعة اللي هي بتتحط طبعا على المركب. What happened to you? I asked. I was left here by a ship. He said, I have lived on fish and fruit ever since. I dream of eating good food again. If I can get back to my ship, I will give you bread and cheese, I said. He began to look worried. If you can get back to your ship, why? What's to stop you? He said. It is not a problem with you, I replied. I'm a good man, he told me. I'm very rich too, he said in a quiet voice. I began to think that perhaps Bengan was crazy. طبعا crazy بمعنى مجنون. أكيد لأن هو بيقول إنه برغم من مظهره الرث ده بيقول إنه هو rich غني. Bengan saw that I did not believe him. I am rich and you can be rich too. I am rich and you can be rich too because you found me, he said. Then he looked worried and said, you didn't come on Flint's ship, did you? I realized now that this man could help me. No, Flint's dead, but some of Flint's crew is on the ship. That is not good for any of us, I told him. Is there a man with one leg? He asked. Yes, Silver. He is the cook and their leader, I explained. If you work for Silver, I'm finished, he said. I decided to tell him my story from the start, and he looked very interested. You are a good boy, he said at the end. Don't worry, you can trust me. Do you think that Trelawney would give me money and allow me to come home on the ship if I helped him? He asked. Of course, I replied, and he will need your help. طبعا كلمة leader بمعنى قائد. Okay? Of course, I replied, and he will need your help on the ship home. I'm sure. You are right, he said. You know, I was on Flint's ship when he hid the treasure here. He was with 6 men and they were on the island for about a week. We waited for them on a ship called the Warlows. One day, Flint returned to the ship on his own. The other 6 men were dead. We don't know how he did it. Billy Bones and Long John Silver were with me on the ship. They asked Flint where the treasure was. You can go on the island and look for it, he said. But you will be there on your own. I'm taking this ship home. 3 years ago, I was on a different ship. When we saw the island, I told our crew that Flint's treasure was on it. We spent 12 days looking for it. They were not happy when we found nothing. One day, they went back to the ship and told me I could stay. Here is a gun and a spade. طبعا gun بمعنى بندقية. كلمة a spade بمعنى مجرفة أو جروف. You can look for the treasure on your own, they said. So you tell Trelawney I would prefer to work for a man I can trust like him than with a group of pirates. طبعا قلنا pirates بمعنى قراصنة. I will tell him, but how can I return to my ship from here? I asked him. I have a boat. I made it myself. We could go to the ship when it's dark. Suddenly, we heard the sound of a gun. They have started to fight. كلمة fight بمعنى يحارب, I said. We must be quick. I began to run back with Ben. He gave me directions بمعنى اتجاهات, and ran easily next to me. We heard more guns. Then I saw a flag flying above some trees. Okay, let's answer the questions. Vocabulary, exercise 1. Match the words and the definitions. هنعمل matching ما بين الكلمة وتعريفها. طبعا كلمة crazy احنا قلنا بمعنى مجنون, يبقى matching with number C, unwell in your mind, يعني مش كويس في عقله أو عقله مش تمام, مش مظبوط. number 2 sale, احنا قلنا sale بمعنى شراع, فماتشing مع number D أكيد. a piece of material, قطعة خام, used to control wind power, المفروض ان هي بتستخدم عشان تتحكم او تسيطر على قوة او طاقة الرياح. on a ship or a boat, على السفينة او على قارب. number 3 leader, احنا قلنا leader بمعنى قائد, فطبعا matching مع number A, the person who controls other people, الشخص اللي بيسيطر في او بيتحكم في ناس اخرين. number 4 fight قلنا بمعنى يحارب, وطبعا yes هتبقى number B, to hit, kick or fire guns at other people, يضرب, يركل, أو يطلق يصوب الأسلحة أو البنادق على أشخاص آخرين. Exercise 2. Check your dictionary and choose the correct answer. Number 1. The best meaning of kneel down in paragraph 2 is, هو طبعا احنا قلنا ان kneel down بمعنى يركع أو يسجد أو يعني ينحني. فطبعا the best meaning يا ترى في paragraph 2 بمعنى to show surprise and pain, ولا to show respect and need for help, ولا to get everything and run away. طبعا الأنسب خالص اللي هو number B, to show respect and need for help. number 2. The word spade in here is gone and a spade means, يا ترى to means هنا spade اللي هو المجرفة, يا ترى معناها في paragraph أو في الجزء اللي احنا قريناه في التكست معناها a tool to dig the earth, أداة عشان أحفر بيها الأرض with and make holes وكمان أعمل حفر, ولا هنا بيقصد معناها مش المعنى العام, المعنى هنا في التكست ايه أو في الكونتكست ايه. a tool to search for missing things, هنا أداة عشان أبحث عن missing things الأشياء المفقودة, ولا a tool to catch dangerous animals with, ولا أداة ممكن أستخدمها عشان أمسك أو أصطاد بيها الحيوانات الخطيرة. طبعا هو هنا معناها في, طبعا هم الثلاثة ينفعوا, لكن هنا هو بيقصد معناها في التكست هو هتبقى number B, a tool, أداة to search for missing things, للبحث عن أشياء مفقودة. وطبعا هنا إيه اللي كانوا بيبحثوا عنه the treasure, لأن هو ساعتها قال له خد السبيد والجن عشان تبحث عن التريجر الكنز. exercise 3 reading ده هيبقى في الهومورك, وكمان exercise 4 read and complete from the lesson from the list برضو هيبقى homework. Thank you, my students. See you in other see you in other videos. Although it is actually this is the last lesson. See you soon again. Goodbye and thank you.